Hi guys, Mark here with Wolters World. We're in Lisbon, Portugal for a really nice weekend trip. And what we thought we'd give you today is a list of the 5 kind of common mistakes that weekend travelers make when they go abroad. And these are basically to help you make sure you have get the most out of your weekend trip, because we don't all get months off to go explore all of Portugal or Brazil or whatever. Sometimes all we have is a weekend to see the best that a town like a Lisbon or a London or a Paris or a New York have to offer. And these are the 5 things that we've seen are the 5 most common mistakes that weekend travelers make. Now, the first thing I have to say is the first mistake people make is they don't do enough research before they come. They don't know what sites they should see, they don't know what they should eat, they don't know what part of town they should go to. They just kind of say, oh, I'll figure it out when I'm there. Yes, you can figure out when you're there, but since you have such a limited amount of time, you want to make sure that you are spending every moment, exploring and finding all the wonderful things these towns to have. So make sure you do prepare beforehand by doing the research. Know what the weather is. Know if there's a holiday going on, because you're going for a holiday weekend where you're at. It might be a holiday weekend there too. How will that affect transportation? How will it affect restaurants? Whatever. Okay, so do your research beforehand so you don't miss out on anything. Okay. The second mistake that weekend travelers usually make, and probably the biggest mistake they make that makes the most trouble, is they pack too much. Guys, you're going for a weekend. You don't need a huge suitcase. You can probably fit everything in a backpack. And what's great is if you're flying someplace, if it's just in a backpack, you can put it in the overhead bin. And when you get out of the airport, you can start sightseeing right away. You don't have to go to the hotel, check in, drop off your bags, and then go. So it's giving you more time to actually see things. And besides, if you pack too much, well, what are you going to use it for? You don't need 2 pairs of boots. You're only there for Friday night and Saturday night. Okay, so pack less, and if you need to get something, buy it when you're there. Hey, I mean, that's the cool thing about going to these places, buying new things. Okay, so that was number 2, packing too much, and this is what I see all the time. Now, the third mistake people make is when they travel abroad for the weekend, and just any weekend trip, is they usually sleep in. They have a lie-in. They say, oh, I'm on vacation for the weekend, I'm just going to rest. And they end up leaving the hotel at noon or 1 o'clock. Well, the problem is most sites, they close at 5. So now, instead of leaving at 10 in the morning where you can see 3 or 4 sites, you're now only going to have time to see 1, maybe 2 sites. So you're going to miss out a lot. So sleeping in, that's the number 3 mistake that weekend travelers make. Now, the 4th mistake that people make when they go on a weekend trip is they don't ask for help. Now, when I say they don't ask for help, whether it's your friends that have been to these countries, these towns before, or it's the concierge at the front desk, you have to ask, what should I see? What should I do? Where should I go? What do I eat? Ask these things, because the concierges and the tourism office, they're actually very helpful everywhere in the world. And so if you're only going to be there for a weekend, hey, what do I really have to see? And they'll tell you what the main sites are, and what's great is they'll give you a map, circle on the map, tell you what bus to go there, what metro to go there, things like that, and then you can do it, okay? And the 5th mistake that people make when they do a weekend trip is they don't prioritize. You have to know, what are the 2 things I really have to see when I go here? If you're going to Paris, what do you have to see? Well, you have to see the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. Those are 2 things I have to see, so I'm going to make a point to do that. If you go to a town and you don't prioritize, you might see the 3rd and 4th ranked sites, and then not have time to see the crown jewels in London, or go to the castle in Lisbon. Okay, you'll miss out on those things, so you need to prioritize. Okay, so the 5 mistakes that weekend travelers make: 1, they don't do the research before they go. Number 2, they pack too much. Okay. Number 3, they sleep in on that first day or second day, and they miss out. You're missing out the time. Number 4 thing that they mess up with is they don't ask for help from the locals. And number 5, they don't prioritize the most important things they should see when they're there. So I hope that helps you, have a better weekend vacation wherever you do go, a little trip. Because honestly, sometimes the weekend trips is all you need to recharge the batteries and see a new culture. So go out there, enjoy, whether it's the fish in Portugal, or the pasta in Italy, or the deep dish pizza in Chicago. Have a great time, have a great trip, and if you want to learn more about traveling on the weekend or longer around the world, who knows, check us out at our website at www.woltersworld.com. And we hope you'll like and favorite this video, and please subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Oh, yes, and please follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Bye from Lisbon, Portugal, right outside of the Oceanarium. And if you got kids, that's something you should prioritize to go see, okay? So, see you later. Bye from Lisbon, Portugal.